I got one more thing. If you want me to do it really fast about Nancy Mace.
Yeah.
Really, really fast. This is kind of just for the laughs. This is for the lulls. But you know Nancy Mace, who I'm talking about, right? The woman.
No, actually, I don't know what that is.
So she is. She's a congresswoman from South Carolina, I believe, and
is this the beans woman?
Yeah. What, Kyle Kalinske?
Yeah, no,
That's
I know
a lot of beans.
Okay,
You nasty bitch. Yeah. So
yeah, epic tweet. Yeah, absolutely. Let's see what she's doing.
So yeah, right after Trump got elected, she decided, because also during that election, the Delaware elected the first trans woman member of Congress, Sarah McBride. Now, her entry into Congress set something off in Nancy Mace's head, like a brick was thrown at her brain, because she could not stop. She was nonstop obsessing over trans people in bathrooms, and that became her new way of life. So
she got hit by a Zoomer soup can.
I guess. So a thing about her, and this kind of puts things in perspective, is that a lot of her staffers have described her approach to her office as a congresswoman as more focused on gaining media attention than actually backing any political policy for government. So
yeah.
All of her actions are just to make headlines on the internet, on TV. So she's always being mentioned, and so that helps maintain her relevancy. So when you know about that, you can understand why you see her crashing out constantly talking about trans people in the bathroom, obsessing over trans people, to the point where she's saying slurs on the House floor. So
yeah, I heard about this.
Yeah, this is the first clip where, we have this guy who was the Democrat insider pick to lead the House Oversight Committee as opposed to AOC. We get this guy who, God bless him. I know he has a esophageal cancer and everything, but he just does not seem like he has the energy to stand up against these rabid attacks by Republicans like Nancy Mace. But I'll just kind of show, and you guys can be the judge on how this was handled. Can I get it over here? All right. So here's this.
Somebody's campaign coffers really are.
No! I gave the game away. That was the second clip. I didn't want to play that one yet. I'm sorry.
We know the Shyamalan ending before we saw the rest of the movie.
No, this is the one that I wanted. Sorry. Okay.
Oh, it's fine.
All right. Yeah. All right.
The gentlelady has used a phrase that is considered a slur in the LGBTQ community and the transgender community. And let me please finish without interruption. And
tranny. I don't really care. You want penises in women's bathrooms, and I'm not going to have it.
Okay.
No, thank you.
Let
disgusting.
Let the gentleman state his parliamentary inquiry.
To me, a slur is a slur. And here in the committee, a level of decorum requires us to try consciously to avoid slurs. You just heard the gentlelady actually actively, robustly repeat it. And I would just ask the chairman that she be counseled that we ought not to be engaged. We can have debate and policy discussion without offending human beings who are our fellow citizens. And so I would ask, as a parliamentary inquiry, whether the use of that phrase is not,
for a second.
in fact,
yeah.
If they get to say tranny, we get to say Nazi. If they get to say tranny, we get to say fascist. That's just only fair.
Well,
because any amount of applicability or inapplicability is irrelevant at that point. They're just because transgender people, it's not the same as saying fucking tranny. So
she's saying it. And meanwhile, he's just like, that's not very nice. Can we be nice to everybody here?
I get it. But it's like, okay, you want to set that standard, like in these hearings or whatever. Okay, fine, say tranny. And we're going to remind everybody. And this is more factually substantiated that you guys are the fascist party. And we're not going to hold back on our language either. And I know he's trying to like set the tone and be like a little bit more like,
well, don't skip too
decorum
far
oriented.
ahead there on that one. So,
Okay,
Violation
let's see what
of
happens.
decorum
Sorry.
rules.
Mr. Chairman, I'm not going to be counseled by a man
Canceled.
over men and women's spaces or men who have mental health issues dressing as women. I'm not being counseled by some guy.
My inquiry is to
over
the
this.
chairman,
Okay.
Mr. Chairman.
Order. The inquiry is about decorum. Decorum is at the discretion of the chair.
That's
I will be
mansplaining,
honest,
Mr. Chairman.
with the ranking member. I'm not up to date on my politically correct LGBTQ terminology. We'll look into that.
yeah, you were never up to date to it. So her response is "fuck you" about your demeanor and niceties. I'm gonna say what I need to say. So, which I thought was very ironic because just prior to that, we had another Congresswoman, Jasmine Crockett, basically call out Nancy Mace on her bullshit. Now,
Okay.
if you're from the South, I want to preface this. If you're from the South, there is a term called child. Not child, but child. Okay? I don't think Nancy Mace understood that and just watched the crash out as a result.
Somebody's campaign coffers really are struggling right now. So she gonna keep saying trans, trans, trans so that people will feel threatened. And child, listen, I want y'all
I
to
am
tell
no
me
child.
whether or
Do
not
not call me a child. I am no child.
I want
Don't
to
even
find
start.
out
I am a grown
which
woman.
of those
I'm 47 years
emails
old. I have broken
actually
more
have
glass ceilings than you
Chairman,
ever
Order,
I am
please.
reclaiming my
Let's go.
time.
You will not do that. I
Order.
am not a
Chairman,
child.
I am
not a
reclaiming
child.
my time.
If you want to take it outside, we
Mr.
can
Chairman,
do
the
that.
committee is not
Okay.
in order.
All right. Order.
Point of order. Point of order.
Order.
Karen's
Order.
upset.
Somebody's campaign.
Another free speech bastion of free speech who needs a trigger warning more
What
than
happened to
anybody
the
else.
marketplace of
But
ideas?
these are the same people who believe that the greatest offense committed to them during the Biden administration was Mr. Potato Head losing his pronouns.
Yeah.
That's how easily triggered these people are.
I think the thing that just pisses me off.
That's a very good point of hypocrisy. that you've
The
demonstrated.
thing that just pisses me off about this woman is like, it is just a blatant grift on her part.
Yeah.
And, meanwhile, here, let me just pull this up because, like, for her, this is just about, scoring political points. But, for Sarah McBride, again, first trans person in Congress, this is the type of shit that, she has to fucking deal with. Let me share it really fast here. So, I mean, you cannot say that this was an accident or a mistake.
The chair recognizes the gentleman from Delaware, Mr. McBride, for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. When I was elected,
Yeah, come on. This is a level of pettiness that just, like, you just have to own the fact that, like, trans people exist and, like, they inhabit, every facet of society. Like, they're not just on the fringes. They will be your coworkers. They will be your representatives. They will be with you throughout, even if you just walk around your community. Like, you just have to own that. And, like, no amount of slurs or degradation is going to force people, back into the closet or into obscurity. So, yeah. Anyway. Well,
Deeply disappointed, but they can't live up to their own standards of, like, being able to dish it out and receive it, basically. So
yeah,
they're
House,
just as, like, emotionally sensitive as anybody else is, apparently.
The House literally had to pass rules for people. So, like, Sarah McBride cannot use the women's bathroom on the House floor at all. That's how fucking petty and obsessive they are over this.
Yeah.
And yeah. It's not good. So, and I know Sarah McBride does not always have the best politics, but that's not the point I'm trying to make here. Like, she's still a person, and that's the point I'm trying to make.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway, well, that's all I had. So.